Hello, everyone. I hope you are going well in this most interesting time that we find ourselves in. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to share this message today. So I had a beautiful conversation with a client today, and this client asked me a question about the reversing of the magnetic poles, the North and South Pole, and what was my take on this. Now, I've never tuned into this before in any great detail, but I did today, and it was quite interesting what I found, and that's why I'd like to share it with you. So what I found is that, firstly, for a long time, there's been a lot of information out there about the poles actually shifting. So the South Pole becomes the North Pole becomes the South Pole, and how this would affect the planet. Now, obviously, if that physically manifested on our planet, it would have catastrophic results. So that's one train of thought on this, one potential, one possibility of events. However, when I tuned into this, I got a different version of events. So I believe what this is actually referring to is a metaphysical reversal of the poles, not actually a physical one. So what I mean by that is what this has to do with is a shift in consciousness. And believe it or not, the poles are already shifting. Because what we're seeing on the planet right now is a lot of people questioning what's going on right now, questioning the information they're being told, especially in mainstream media, and questioning everything they've been taught, really, and beginning to come to their own conclusions and their own ideas about what is true, what is actually the truth, and what feels true for me. Now, what this is doing on the planet is essentially elevating the consciousness and frequency of the planet. So the shift is already occurring. And if you want to liken this to the new earth being created, it is being created as we speak. It's not something abstract. It's not something out there. It's happening now, right now. So you're already part of this. It's already happening. Now, the interesting thing about this is with the poles reversing, what it's talking about is a reversal of polarities. So what this looks like is the poles are already shifting. When they do reverse, I feel, is when we do reach this mass level of consciousness where instead of things looking one way, the way we've always been told, the way we've always been led to believe, we're going to have the vast majority of people on the planet go, oh, in actual fact, the opposite is true. The opposite of everything I've been told and led to believe is true. That's the reversal. That's the polarity reversal that I believe a lot of psychics and people like that have predicted to happen. I don't believe it's a physical reversal. If that was the case, then it wouldn't make much sense in terms of what is currently occurring on the planet in this elevation of consciousness. Because if that was going to happen, the planet would be wiped out and there wouldn't be any real point to us even going through this process. So that is what I see to be true around this, which is a much better version of events, right? And a much more positive spin on it. And I feel this to be true. True for me anyway. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys think. But I guess the big point with this, the takeaway, is that it's already occurring. We're in it right now. The poles are shifting. You're seeing it all the time. I'm certainly seeing it in social media. The lights are coming on. More people are just questioning what's going on, and because it is getting absurd, it is getting ridiculous, and it's like it needs to be that way for more of us to be able to see the truth and shed more light on the situation, because information is light. So of course that's what's being withheld and suppressed at the moment, so that we don't see the light. We don't see the truth of the matter. And understandably so, it's a very difficult thing for us to believe that the people that we love and trust, the governments and even pharmaceutical companies, could not have our best interests at heart. It's a very harsh wake-up call, really, to when you begin to see that. And it's very difficult for a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want to see that. It's not pleasant. Sometimes it's nicer to stay in the comfort of your own lives and not see these things. But this is where the poles are shifting now, and will continue to shift. So one is moving in direct correlation to the other, which is why we're seeing in a lot of countries a lot more darkness and a lot more pressure and force and coercion, a lot more manipulation and essentially lies. So to keep us in the dark, to stop this shift from occurring. And the funny thing about this is it's already done. It's already set in stone. The course is set. How it looks, we don't really know yet. That part is not completely transparent or clear. But even the dark know this, and that's why they're fighting so hard. Because once there is we reach a certain amount of light on the planet, and the frequency is raised to a certain level, the darker densities, the lower densities can no longer exist on this plane. So they'll just dissipate. They can't. It's not in correlation. It's not in alignment. So that's why the struggle is real. They're fighting for survival here. That's what this is about. So that's why the push is on, the squeeze is on so hard, particularly in countries like Australia, to keep us in the dark and to force their own agenda on people, and to keep us confused, and because we're so much easier manipulated that way, and coerced. The goalposts keep changing. No one really knows what's going on. We're purposely, it's a beautiful strategy to keep everyone in the dark and to really not know what is true. So that's also part of the awakening process and the elevation of consciousness here on this planet. It's a symbiotic experience between us and the planet, Pachamama. So that's where going in and doing your own work and clearing away these programs and limiting beliefs we've had about ourselves and being conditioned to believe for so long is so important right now. As you rise, so does the rest of humanity, so does the planet. We're all connected. We're all connected to this. And by each of us taking responsibility for our own journey in our own lives, it has an amazing flow-on effect to everyone around us and our communities and the world at large. So, and the more that we do this and the more light that comes on the planet, the more the poles shift, because it is about shifting consciousness. And the quicker or the further we move into the new earth, we are certainly in a process of rapid acceleration right now. So many people are remembering the truth of who they really are, which is nothing like what we've been told, how multidimensional we are, our past lives, all of it, and awakening these dormant skills and abilities. They're not new, they're dormant. It's remembering these and switching them back on, turning the lights on, turning on or activating our light DNA and these remembrances within us. And this is in turn having a huge effect on the planetary ascension as well. So it's all linked, it's all tied together, it's all one. And when the planet reaches a particular frequency or vibration is when we get to open doorways to whole new worlds. And there are no limits to this. So the more we raise our frequency and vibration individually and collectively on the planet, is the more that we are able to open up to even more exciting new experiences and connections to our intergalactic friends, family, cousins, neighbors, and begin to create something entirely new on this planet, merging the old with the new. So we are really in very exciting times right now, and it's really important to know that what we are being told to perceive is the truth. What we're seeing externally outside of ourselves is not the actual truth of what's going on. It's in sharp contrast to the reality of a situation. And the reality of a situation is that we are ascending. Every day there is so many more people awakening to the truth of who they are and why they're here and their particular mission and purpose here in this lifetime. So take heart in that and just know that you're not crazy. If you believe something other to the people around you, something different, you're not crazy. You're not going mad. What you're doing is finally seeing the truth, which is very, very different to what we've been led to believe up to this point on this planet. And that is for very specific reasons. So it is an incredible time to be here. You chose to be here for a very specific reason, and to remember that and take heart in that. And things are really going to start to shift quickly for us now, in both directions. So to be mindful of that and to just always keep in the back of your head that what is being represented to us outside of ourselves as the truth is only one particular version of reality, and it's not the truth. It's not the truth of what's actually going on here. So yes, the poles are reversing, but not in a cataclysmic, destructive way, in a really positive way. It means that we're going from one way of thinking and being to the complete opposite. So where we go from here, we get to go together, we find out. And the other thing that is really important moving forward is to really retain that sense of compassion for other people, and to to know it's like a bit like a marathon. Like we're all in the marathon, and we're all at different points in the race, you know, in terms of our ascension process and this awakening. So, you know, being respectful of that and understanding that, and there will come a time when it will be necessary to go back and assist some of the ones that may have fallen down during the race. And we do that with open hearts and open minds and understanding of we're all different. We're all at different points in our evolution, and that's the way it's designed to be. So the more you can open your hearts and your minds and begin to explore new territory is and new ways of being, and also for our fellow brothers and sisters on the planet, the quicker we ascend. So it's exciting times. It's lovely to be here. It's lovely to connect with all of you, and I love you all very much. So thanks for listening, and I hope this helps a little bit. And yeah, let me know what you think down below. Bye for now.